How to make decisions? This is a very important question because every decision you make has an impact on you, on others, on the whole world. And every moment we make decisions, we're just not aware of them. And the whole idea is that once you become more and more conscious of who you are, you start becoming very, very attentive or very aware of how your every decision impacts your life and other people and the ripple effect it has. And the first time I realized that, I was like, oh my God, let me just go and hide. Because if every moment I'm making a decision, then there's a lot of messed up decisions I'm making. Because half of them I'm not conscious of. And, the burden of it is, oh my God, it can be very heavy. It can be overwhelming. And it is. It is overwhelming because when I'm looking at it from a limited perspective, I'm not looking at the decisions, at the choices that I'm making from my whole self, but I'm looking at it from the little part of me that I know. And then there's the rest of it, which people call the unconscious, right? That is making decisions, automatically. And so what to do and how to make it so that, that decision that will impact everything about you, your body, your thoughts, your future life, your past life, everything, and people around you, so that decision is the most aligned with the best version of you, right? The best version of life. For me, what I do is, let's say there is a decision that I have to make. And I'm not clear. I'm not clear whether to go this way or that way. What I do is, I don't force myself into making a decision right away. If I am unclear, if I am lost in the moment and I don't know, then I know that's exactly where I should be. I should not know. I should step into the unknown, into that confusion, into the mystery. And then I step into that, and then suddenly I just leave it there. I feel into it, which means that I feel that I experience that confusion in my body because it's going to manifest itself with a sensation in my body. So I'll feel into it. And maybe, there will be these parts that will come up. One will be saying things like, oh, you should know. Oh, if you don't make this decision now, then you will botch it. Oh, it's going to be too late. Oh, you're such a poor decision maker. You have no time. And in that moment, I have a choice to make, which is I either get possessed by these thoughts, beliefs, limiting beliefs, right? Because they feel limiting. I mean, if they didn't feel limiting, then I would just make that decision, right? But if they feel limiting and you feel constricted and there's something holding you back from making that decision, then I would completely live out that being held back. So I'm completely limited. I have no choice. And I completely feel that in my body. And now you're not being possessed by that. You're with your own free will, you're going towards it. And you are completely taking it in. You're including it, which means that you're getting that much more expansive. And so you let those thoughts in. And again, you feel them in your body. Don't just make it in your head, because otherwise you'll go all over the place. You'll completely feel, it's like your whole being feels them. And then at some point it will just go away, and then I start doing something else. And maybe again that question will come, but you have to decide, you have no time. And again, feeling into that. Because I don't want to live my life feeling that I'm limited in time. I don't want to live my life fretting. That's a decision in itself. If I follow that fretting, I'm saying okay to the fretting, and now I'll be fretting my whole life. And I'm tired of that. I've done that, and it doesn't feel good. Right? And it doesn't feel good also because, I become heavy, a burden for other people too. Because I start becoming anxious around them. I start pushing them into making faster decisions because there's no time. And so I become pushy because of that. I'm pushing myself. What do you think I'll do to others? It's not like I have a program for me, a program for others. No, the way I treat myself is the way I treat you. And so I do that over and over again. I let the doubts, the fears, the different options come up, and I feel into them. And what makes me not go towards making a decision is that, number one, there's still no decision that comes up very clearly. It's like there's two of them. One is against, one is for. I'm not clear. The other thing is that if making that decision doesn't fill me with it doesn't animate me. It's not like this beautiful flow that just takes me there. Then it means that there's a block that I need to look at. And that's my responsibility in that moment. That's the choice I make in that moment. I am here with the block. Because I choose not to live life with 100 blocks and limiting beliefs, forcing myself into doing things. And so you see, as you go towards that one decision, there's so many little decisions that you make. And all those decisions touch your core. And all those decisions impact every other decision you make. It impacts the way you are and the way you face life. And what happens usually at some point is like I give it the time it needs, because maybe there is time, right? And I see it through experience that there is time. I go through one block, and then there's time, and there's another block, and there is time. And so suddenly, through these decisions, I start realizing, actually, there is time. There's at some point that perfect sweet spot, right? And I'll get there. And I'll get there by being loving towards myself. Because again, that's another choice I'm making moment by moment. And so at some point, what happens is that, and it happened today, that's why I'm making this audio. There was a decision I had to make like 2 weeks ago. I thought I had to make then. The decision making started then, the whole process. And today, I was watching a video, and suddenly the idea came that I wanted to send a message with that decision, because I was clear now. And I just stopped the video, because that's what you do with intuitive hits, with following your bliss. The moment it comes up, you just do it. And I did it. And it was so easy. No justifying myself, no this, no that. I just clearly made my decision, made it clear to the other person, and I'm open to see what the other person tells me about that. I mean, what feedback that other person will give me. And it's so easy then. It's like that you're in this flow. And you don't have to carry half of your blocks, or to carry a part of you that is kicking and screaming because it's not on board. It doesn't have to be a fight every moment of your life. So I was just wondering how you make decisions. Is it easy? Is it with flow? And how it impacts your life. And if you feel like sharing, please do down below. And if you have any comments or any questions, let me know.